Hey guys, Callence here. Today we're back with a brand new video. Today we're taking a look at the top 5 worst perks in all of Call of Duty Zombies history. This is just my opinion, not yours, so if you have a different list, please leave it in the comments down below. But before we get started, I just want to make a quick apology for the lack of uploads for the past 2 weeks. I've been very, what would be the word, depressed, and I just haven't had time to upload videos, and I do apologize once again. I shouldn't let my personal life interfere with my YouTube life. So yeah, let's get started. Coming in at number 5, we have Deadshot Daiquiri. Now, Deadshot Daiquiri is a pretty useless perk. What it ends up doing is it allows headshots to be more accurate, allows your gun to be more accurate, so when you ADS, you automatically lock in on the zombie's head, and when you are hip firing, you have better accuracy and you're more likely to hit the head of the zombie. Now, this does seem like a very useful perk, as headshots on the high rounds will get you more kills, but there are a few things you need to consider. First of all, in Black Ops 3 Zombies, there's this gobblegum known as a head drama. It automatically makes any shot in the body count as a headshot. I believe that's how the gobblegum works. And even then, the second thing we have to take into consideration is wonder weapons. If you're using a gun like the Slick-with-Fire or the Fire Staff or the Ice Staff or one of the bows from the Eisendrache, I don't think you're gonna need to go for headshots. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, with any wonder weapon in zombies, you don't really need to go for headshots. I don't think you need a headshot the zombies with the wonder waff. Like, goddamn. Unless you're a sniper, I just don't see how this perk is very useful. Now, although headshots can be very useful with some guns, if you're using a wonder weapon, chances are you don't need Deadshot. And honestly, in every map Deadshot is on, there's always 4 perks that I'd rather get over Deadshot. Let's take Mob of the Dead for example. I'd personally prefer to get Electric Cherry, Double Tap, Speed Cola, and Juggernog. I don't need Deadshot. Sure, it's a cool perk and it can definitely be helpful in some cases, but let's be honest, 9 times out of 10, it's just there. And of course, if you do get a Perkaholic from Black Ops 3, yeah, I'll take it, but it's not really that useful, and honestly, it comes in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, we have Double Tap 1.0. Now let's not get confused with Double Tap 1.0 and Double Tap 2.0. I'm talking about Double Tap 1.0 from World at War and Black Ops 1 Zombies. Now, what Double Tap 1.0 did, it allowed the player to have a faster fire rate. Now, when it came to faster fire rates, most of the guns in Black Ops 1 Zombies had fairly high fire rates, the SMGs in particular, but even some of the assault rifles like the Galil and the Commando had fairly high fire rates, and there were literally only a handful of weapons that had very slow fire rates. And in all honesty, if you have a gun with a high fire rate, chances are you don't need a Double Tap 1.0. Now, in World at War, there were a lot of bolt action rifles, and a lot of just guns with slower fire rates. Take the STG, for example, the MP40, and just a few other weapons from World at War. They all had pretty decent fire rates, but Double Tap 1.0 made them really shine out, especially the bolt action rifles. I mean, the Car 98K, it's God, but it could definitely use some Double Tap 1.0. Now, with that being said, however, most of the time, Double Tap 1.0 was kind of a hindrance to the player, making the guns like the PPS-8 shoot so fast that you cannot control it. Meaning that even though in theory, Double Tap 1.0, the faster you fire out the bullets, the faster you kill the zombie, in actuality, the faster you fire your gun, the more bullets you're going to waste on the zombie, because unless you have a really fast reaction time, you're going to still be firing even though the zombie's head is popped off already and it's dead. Because with such a fast fire rate, it's kind of hard to control. And yeah, although it's definitely useful with some weapons, a lot of weapons, it just makes the gun shoot way too fast. And honestly, good perk, not the best, not the worst, and that is why it comes in at number 4. Coming in at number 3, and this is where we start taking a look at some of the more useless perks, Coming in at number 3, we have Co-op Quick Revive. Oh my god, is this perk useless. Now, never have I ever gotten this perk in my entire life. Or if I have, I got it maybe once. But in all honesty, I don't need this perk. Who does? What Co-op Quick Revive ends up doing is it allows you to revive the teammates twice as fast. Now, in theory, that sounds like a great perk. But you gotta remember, there are always better perks that you can get. Like, why get Co-op Quick Revive if you could get, I don't know, Double Tap 2.0, or even Double Tap 1.0 for that matter, or Speed Cola, PhD, Vulture. There are a handful of perks that can make your game, you know, better and make you survive longer. And honestly, if you have good teammates, you shouldn't need to worry about reviving them. And majority of the time when I'm playing with other people, I'm playing with friends, and I can trust that my friends won't down on round 6. So yeah, Co-op Quick Revive don't really need you at all. I mean, you can be good, but you know, I don't need you. And the final point I want to make is the fact that there are many other things that can help you if you're trying to revive a downed player. Take for example, I don't know, the ballistic knives upgraded, the monkey bombs, what else is there? NX Shadow Claws from Black Ops 3 when you upgrade them. Like, does Phoenix up? Like, there's so many gobblegum and so many weapons and so many things that can help revive the other teammates instantaneously and overall revive your teammates quickly, or just to distract the zombies. I mean, Quick Revive Co-op is useful in some scenarios, but in the majority of them, it's just a wasted perk slot. And it comes in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, this is where shit starts to get really, really bad. Coming in at number 2, we have Tombstone Soda. Now, Tombstone Soda, in theory, once again, sounds like a decent perk. What Tombstone Soda ends up doing is, let's say you're playing Transit, you're training in the farm, you down. No one can revive you because the other 3 players are in town training. And no one can get to you, so you sacrifice yourself to the zombies, leaving the other 3 teammates to try to survive on their own and kill as many zombies as they possibly can. And let's say they do survive the round and you spawn in at farm, you grab your Tombstone icon and you get your perks and your guns back, all except for Tombstone, obviously. Now, in theory, this sounds like a great perk, but there are many flaws with it. First of all, when you down and sacrifice yourself to the zombies, let's say you're in town with your friends. Let's say you just do it because you don't want to lose your perks, meaning that your teammates could have easily revived you, and yet you're an asshole and you sacrifice yourself to the zombies just so you don't lose your precious Juggernaut and Speed Cola, you damn dirty cunt. Well, yeah, that's a very big thing because now your teammates have to survive against a whole horde of zombies, and if you're playing with 4 players, yeah, there's more zombies. Then yeah, so lots of zombies, and unless your teammates are your closest friends, which for me they probably would be, they probably are gonna down if you're playing with randies. But if you're playing with friends, you know, chances are they'll still survive. But even then, let's say go back to the farm scenario. Let's say you don't respawn in farm and you respawn in town while your Tombstone icon is in farm. You're not going to be able to get it back, meaning you just wasted Tombstone and your time and your money, and now you're dead. Yeah, Tombstone has many flaws, but the only good thing about Tombstone is that it's an amazing perma perk. Now, if you guys don't know, in Black Ops 2 zombies, there are these things called perma perks, and if you down and you have the Tombstone perma perk, you lose 1 perk but you keep the rest, which is pretty cool if you ask me. But as a regular perk, Tombstone, I'm sorry, but you suck. Now let's get into the number 1 spot. Wait, before we get into the number 1 spot, I almost forgot. Let's get into an honorable mention, or dishonorable. Now, we have one dishonorable mention here, and that is Mule Kick. Oh boy, Mule Kick. Now, the reason why Mule Kick didn't make the list is because it isn't that bad of a perk. Now, what it ends up doing is it allows the player to get 3 weapons instead of 2. Now, this can be difficult, to say the least, if you don't know what you're doing. and you have a Thunder Gun, a PM63, and an MPL. Let's just say you have 2 of the worst SMGs in the game, along with the Thunder Gun, and you get backed up in the corner and you try to switch to your Thunder Gun, but you accidentally switch to your PM63, and then you die. Now, let's say you lose your Thunder Gun because you had Quick Revive and you downed and you lost your Thunder Gun, and now you're stuck with the PM63s and the MPL, no perks, no nothing, and you downed again and you die off. Now, Mule Kick can be useful, but in that scenario, it can be a real pain in the ass. Now, Mule Kick is a perk that costs 4,000 points, and in all honesty, it's pretty bad. But it didn't make the list just because, honestly, 9 times out of 10, if you know what you're doing, you won't get stuck in that scenario. You won't get stuck in the scenario where you try to switch to your Thunder Gun and then you miss and you switch to the MPL instead and you end up dying. I mean, sure, that can happen, but if you're a good enough player, you'll be able to get out of that situation fairly easy, and that's why I didn't make the list. Now, let's get into number 1 spot. Coming in at number 1, we have Who's Who. Now, I hate this perk with a burning passion. This perk was introduced on Die Rise, and I hate that map so much. And yeah, Tombstone and Who's Who are the only perks on this list that I don't have gameplay for. The only gameplay I have is modded gameplay, so sorry, I'm not buying Die Rise so I can play with this shit perk. Now, this shit perk is so god awful, but before I just straight up complain about it, let me just tell you what it ends up doing. So let's say you're playing a map with Who's Who on it. Let's say, I don't fucking know, you get Juggernaut, Speed Cola, Quick Revive, and Who's Who for some reason. Let's say you're around 25 million and you end up downing. Oh great, I downed. Well, I have wait a minute, I forgot I had Who's Who. And you spawn in, you hear the theme, Who's Who, and you have a cult. You have 24 zombies with max health chasing after you. You have no chance. You have no perks, you have no guns, except for a Colt, which is going to do absolutely nothing because it's around 25 million, remember? So you have 0 chance to revive yourself. You can be the best zombies player ever, but around 25 million, there's no chance, bro. There is 0 chance you're going to revive yourself. I'm sorry, but there is virtually no chance you're going to revive yourself, so why even bother? But let's say you try anyway and you end up downing. Guess what? You lost Quick Revive, because Quick Revive doesn't work in Who's Who mode. You can have Quick Revive and Who's Who, and Quick Revive will not work. So I'm sorry, but yeah, that's just great. But let's say you decide, you know what, fuck this, I'm not gonna revive myself, I'm gonna start from scratch. Well, good luck. I'm down 25 million. Good luck. Try to get your weapons back. Try to get your perks back. Good luck. And if you're playing Die Rise, that's pretty much impossible at that point, because around 25 million, no gun is going to do anything to kill the zombies, and trying to get your perks back, not going to be exactly what I'd call easy. And if you're playing a modded game, yeah, either way, you have no chance, guys. So yeah, Who's Who is the definition of a perk that makes the game harder, so yeah. That's just my list. If you have a different list, please leave your list in the comments section down below. I kind of want to know what you guys think. Anyways, hope you guys did enjoy the video. Goodbye and farewell.